Fala galera, aqui é o Kaká e sejam bem-vindos à nossa parte, o que é? 9, né? Da gameplay aqui do Final Fantasy XVI. Rapaziada, então nós chegamos aqui no inicinho aqui da República, né? Onde nós conseguimos uma passagem agora, mas antes de prosseguir, meu bom, vamos fazer as side questzinhas, que lembramos duas aqui, ó. Pra gente explorar um pouco mais o deserto.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luba's least accomplished apprentice.
Ixi.
Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Irmão, mas
I'll
peraí.
give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before.
Tá, tu não fez nada,
And
né?
then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
É, ele gosta de
The way I
fazer
see it, there's only
misterinho.
one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right.
É bom, né?
Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Bom, tu tá perdido no rolê mesmo, né? Mas tá bom.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Então, enquanto a gente vai pra outra side quest, já pode avançar nessa.
What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Mínimo, né? Sejamos sinceros. Essa aqui é outra.
All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Beleza, vai que tem um flan de fogo lá, né? Eu vou dar uma olhada. Fica
Alright.
tranquilo.
I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Beleza. Então vamos lá. Tem mais uma pessoa pra falar aqui, né?
The darkness from your
A área é bem grande,
They've
então...
opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Aqui.
Yeah, but what would be the...
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Mas eu vim falar.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I
Tá. Então
won't
tem,
keep you any longer.
tem que manter
All business, eh?
o fio e tem que não quebrar.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation.
É,
Let's hope Saba had better luck than I did.
pois é, era o que eu ia comentar se você não tivesse comentado, Clive. É o que se espera, né?
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
It would make a
My
fine...
carpets have pride of place.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Então tá. Eu tenho que ir lá com você? Provavelmente, né? Bom, então, antes de eu ir lá, deixa eu fazer a outra missão aqui, né? Ali no meio. E não vamos esquecer dessa vez de trocar a habilidade lá que eu tinha esquecido de trocar. Aqui. A área OE. Ajuda muito. 3.000... Quanto? 165. Galera, vamos finalmente comprar o Judgment Bolt. Comprei, hein? Ai! Ai! Rank 2, aumenta os raios. Mano, o Rank 2 aqui não é pra fazer maestria não, hein? 5.500, meus amigos. Complicadíssimo, complicadíssimo. Mas vamos trocar aqui esse aqui, que é o ataque single target, né? Pro Judgment Bolt. Vai, já tá? Clã, Eu já tinha comprado o Judgment Bolt. Cara, me esqueci completamente que eu já tinha comprado. Será? Deixa eu... Ainda bem que dá pra redefinir aqui tranquilamente, né? Deixa eu fazer aqui. $2.300 eu já tinha comprado, meus amigos. Ah, esse aqui tava pra aprimorar. Cara, que viagem. Eu não tinha lembrado que eu já tinha comprado isso mesmo. Acho que deve ter sido antes da mudança, né? Por isso que me deu esse bug na cabeça. Bom, então nesse caso eu não vou aprimorar ele não. Muito caro pra aprimorar. Vamos ver o que a gente pode fazer. Esse ataque aqui parece ser bom. 4 de dano, né? Ele também te tira bastante do stagger, né? 2, não tira não. Não tira. Esse aqui é pra dano mesmo, dano em área. Então ou eu uso ele ou eu uso esse que soca no meio aqui, né? Que dá 3, 3. Então esse aqui tira um pouco menos de stagger, mas dá mais dano. Eu acho que a área dele é maior também, né? Não vou comprar ele não, clã. Eu vou fazer, na verdade, eu vou aumentar aqui um pouco das que eu tô usando. Esse punhos aqui, né? Quando a gente aumenta ele, aumenta a potência do ataque. Então eu vou aumentar ele aqui. Aprimorada. E eu vou aprimorar uns que a gente tá usando aqui também. Se aumentar isso aqui, a duração do redemoinho aumenta. E desse daqui, ele aumenta a velocidade do ataque subsequente. Vou aumentar aqui também. Beleza. Esse pulo no ar eu não comprei. Não, eu comprei, só não aprendi. Eu aprendi, aumenta o impulso máximo para 2. Dá 2 pulos. Comprar baratinho? Comprei. Esse daqui, se eu aumentar... Infunde a lâmina com fogo, aumentando a potência e o alcance da habilidade. Tá, 150, compramos. Pouquinho assim, né? Executar uma esquiva com R1 no momento que o inimigo ataca, aumenta a eficácia da esquiva e permite que o usuário faça contra-ataque. É a esquiva perfeita, né? E se eu aumentar aqui, aumenta a janela de ativação. Isso vai ser muito bom pra combar com o nosso anel que a gente tem. Eu vou comprar. É um pouco caro, mas eu acho que vai valer a pena pra combar com o anel. E tem essas habilidades aqui do Ifrit, né? Essa aqui, na verdade, é o Transcendência, né? Que é o Limit Break. Se eu aumentar ele aqui, o que ele faz? Adiciona mais uma segunda barra. E a maestria adiciona mais uma outra barra. No máximo de 4 barras, né? Mano, eu vou comprar. Pronto. Fizemos já um upgrade considerável, viu? Vamos lá. Opa, ô Ambrosia, foi mal, esqueci de chegar junto contigo, vamos lá. Por eu ter desaprendido, eu desequipei a habilidade? Desequipei. Cara, eu jurava que eu não tinha aprendido ainda o Judgment Bolt. Eu jurava que a habilidade que a gente tava usando era essa aqui, ó. Esse aqui, Tempestade. Burro. Vamos ver o que tá rolando aqui.
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers and...
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
Era da quest do ferreiro ainda.
My skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell. That must be it. I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Vai.
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just...
Beleza. Então, tudo aqui embaixo a gente vai... A outra sidequest onde que é? Bom, vamos seguir ali, né? Pegar um fast travelzinho. Mais rápido pra lá.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets.
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness.
Plates and pots! Hanging lanterns, keep...
Vou por desencargo de consciência, mas não vai ter nada de útil aqui, né? Essa espada. Fraca. Diminui o tempo de recarga do para-raio em 5 segundos. Que é a habilidade que a gente não tá usando, que eu achava que a gente tava usando. E a musiquinha por 40 mil, porra. Essa musiquinha é incrível. Mas, como eu já imaginava, nada de útil.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Você tem que morrer bem depois, pô. A gente tem que... A gente tem uma missão do Cid pra cumprir, esqueceu? Vamos lá.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs.
Ah, não era um flan. Mas são bombs. E aqui tá tão claro que tá até forte, né?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Bora lá então, Ambrosia, antes de a gente voltar.
Fly, Ambrosia. Come on, girl, the gate's open.
What the hell are those things?
Como é que a gente vai chegar lá? Dá uma leve voltinha. Item.
Dali, bora lá. By the flames. That explains the heat.
Isso é um monte, hein? Então, juntem-se. São fortes. Ficou bem mais rápido. Droga. Veio mais. Toma esse counter. Explodindo com raio. Demora, hein? Resistente. Ah. Ele é bem resistente, cara. Eu ainda não acostumei muito com o moveset do Titã pra combar com os outros golpes. Tô sentindo que eu não tô combando tão bem. Mas o potencial que ele tem aqui é muito bom, pô. Eu tenho que me acostumar um pouco. Certo, agora voltamos.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
Toma.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Tá feio, hein?
That'll do, I reckon.
Tá bem
A
feio.
knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
Não, não.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? Hmm? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn?
Tem que
Dalamil is
ser
home to
barata.
humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
Ou seja, não há uma perfeição. Depende do cliente.
Looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
Normal, né?
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Não sei se eu vou querer, não. Se for igual a essa. Pelo menos deu um renomezinho, né? Vai. Ah, e toda hora eu esqueço de vender essas moedas de Goblin que a gente pega. Mas igual eu te falei, não tô com pressa também de conseguir dinheiro, porque é só musiquinha que dá pra trocar. Vale a pena, na verdade, trocar.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
Era mais ou menos o que eu tava esperando. Não era um flan, mas era algum bicho de fogo.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks.
Valeu, meu querido.
Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Pegamos aqui que reduz o tempo de recarga de ignição. Só 2.2 segundos é muito pouca coisa, 2.2. Tudo bem que tipo, a habilidade já tem pouco tempo, mas mesmo assim não sei se vale a pena. Escalatita. Fazer alguma coisa. Certo, então terminamos aqui as missões secundárias. Bora pra principal então, só descer aqui, né? Vamos lá.
We should get going soon.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Pra lá tá fechado, né? A estrada. Então vamos seguir. a mandíbula.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
É grande o treco, hein?
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert, you'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am.
Mas você podia... Nem tem muita coisa pra você fazer, tá tranquilo, pô.
And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet.
Isso aí, despede do Torgal. Achei que você ia passar sem despedir dele.
Too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Ah, vai ter uma viagenzinha, né? A gente não vai ter que andar até lá. Então, beleza. Vamos que vamos na presa do Draco. Com a mão postiça, né? O que fazer pra pegar? Vai ter que ser alimentado na boquinha.
What did they start? What has that gutter rat done to me?
Caralho!
Out of my sight, wench!
Que isso?
I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
Pô, esse aí não é o encapuzado não,
How would
né?
he have done that without his head?
Achava que era. Esse aí é o cara de Waludes, pô.
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A mother crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
O Hugo era completamente apaixonado, mano.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light.
É aí que vai vir o Titan Lost.
Mythos is here.
Mythos? Ele é o cara encapuzado,
Very
sim.
well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Que isso? Pera, não dá pra dar o Active Time Lore ali, tava acabando a cena. Agora dá, né? Eu queria ver quem era o cara ali, pô. Eu não sei se estou confundindo, porque no início apareceu um cara que era de Walud. Eu acho que era ele, né? No início, lá naquela mesa redonda. Mas ele tá sabendo mais do que mostra, né? Também pode ser que ele seja as duas pessoas. Seja o cara encapuzado e o cara lá do início. Por isso eu queria ver. Que isso? Que isso? Coxinha, sai daqui. É porque é lá que tem bicho, né? Um manual de simboladão fortão. Molecada, depois me lembrem. Assim que a gente puder visitar o Harpócrates, a gente vai... Eu vou tentar pesquisar sobre o cara lá. Que tava com o Kupka. Se eu procurar pelo Kupka aqui, será que eu consigo ver? Um homem misterioso de Walud. Ok, tá.
How the hell did that happen? They spotted us. We'll be total.
São mais leves do que parecem.
So much for the men of the rock. Dhalmekia's finest.
Pois é, né, Hugo? A galera toda aí já tá tudo morta já. Inclusive, será que não tem nenhum baúzinho aqui no cantinho, não? Tem não. Depois, antes. Aqui no outro lado. Passagem é por ali, mas deixa eu ver o que tem aqui. Opa, bastante coisa. Ataca? Não vai atacar não? O da Fênix é bom nessa hora, porque o da Fênix vem pra cá, tá ligado? A única desvantagem de não ter a Fênix pra essa parada, porque a Fênix, ela Ela não só dá uma investida, mas dá uma investida pra cima também. Viu? Merda. Certo. Daqui... Torgal. Pra onde, meu amigão? Fala pra gente. Aquela porta ali dá pra abrir? Ah, tem uma alavanca. Bom garoto. Fazer um carinho nele, fazer um carinho nele. No combate não dá não? Numa área tensa aqui? Tá bom. Dádiva do relâmpago para raios. Para raios é qual? Ah, é essa daqui. O que você vai fazer? Vai diminuir o cooldown? O em colossal a gente não tá usando mais, né? Aumenta o dano em 9%. Tá, bota esse aqui.
Won't be going any further this way.
Aqui essa porta abre? Abre.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
A técnica é muito boa, mano, essa pedrinha aqui. Eu lembro que a primeira vez que eu vi ela, eu fiquei meio com preconceito, mas ela é muito foda. Ela comba com várias coisas. Eita! Tamanho desse bicho. Vamos lá. E teleporta! Vi antes. Bora. Já vai diminuir o stagger dele lá. Vai, vai. Deu. Cara, essa habilidade é muito boa, cara. Eu tô falando com vocês, cara. Regaçou ele com dano aumentado. Certo. Aqui não tem mais mapa. Certo, mas só seguir em frente ali, eu acho. Vambora. Não? Então... Torgal. Vamos lá, meu garoto. Fala pra gente. Legal que o íconezinho dele dá uma latidinha. É por essa porta, então. Eu jurava que tinha chegado perto ali, mas... Ah, porque tem uma alavanca. Garoto. Rapaz,
By the flames.
Fizeram uma base bonita aqui no coração do negócio. Olha lá, bonitaça, mano.
Kuka never did do things by halves.
Porra, não, pera aí. Merece até a gente fazer uma fotinha aqui, pô. A gente nunca fez, né? Nunca abriu photo mode aqui no jogo. Mas, pô, precisa dessa daqui, na moral. Olha esse lugar, mano. Vou abrir um pouquinho o campo de visão aqui. Sim. Vai um pouquinho pra cá, assim. Ótimo. O photo mode é bem básico, né? Mas... Get the job done, né? Faz o serviço. Pronto.
As if taking the mother crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
É. Fez um... Ah, esse aqui é um castelo do Cubo, cara. Tá. O cara é brabo demais. A influência dele na República é muito grande, né? Não me surpreende. Pera aí. Não gosto de fazer isso no meio da cena, mas ó, Lord Harbard. Lorde Comandante do Exército do Reino de Walud. Eu sabia que a gente tinha visto ele. Harbard é conhecido por muitos como Cavaleiro Constante, devido ao comportamento sempre apático e à lealdade inabalável ao seu soberano. Ele realmente parece merecer a confiança completa de Barnabas e recebeu o comando total da Ordem dos Cavaleiros Reais, apesar de aparentar ser muito jovem. Entretanto, o motivo de prestar auxílio a Hugo Kupka para fugir do castelo continua desconhecido. Ok. Então ele realmente é a pessoa que nós vimos lá e ele parece ser a pessoa encapuzada por saber das coisas, né?
Let the trial begin.
Mano, que isso? Vou nem atacar. Ah, pronto. Toma. Aqui me ferrar. O negócio do aumento do shot walk podia ser a velocidade de pegar os negócios. Ai, foi em área, eu achei que ia na frente. E já? Está bom. Puxa. Counter. Porra, mentira. Foi muito longe, cara. Pô, não sabia que a gente tava tão longe dele assim não, mano. Que merda. Vem pra cá então, amigo. Ui, deu 2 golpes, né? Deu uma investida aí, ó, pro golpe. Que isso? Morre! Deu tempo. Rushei ele um pouquinho pra bater nele. Mas a gente tá muito forte, tá? As boss fights não terminavam tão rápidas assim, não. A gente tá bem forte. Vamos lá. Dádiva do relâmpago, tempestade. Aumenta o dano da tempestade em 10%.
Seems were expected.
So this is the power of Mythos.
Que porra de mitos é esse, meu querido? Eita, castelão.
Did the orcs do this too?
Temos mapa do castelo? Não. Pra ver onde dá, onde não dá pra explorar, né? Mas acho que essas portas aqui do lado não dá, não. Vamos lá. Nada, surge bichos. Musiquinha, ó. Stylish. Ih, veio lá pra puta que pariu. Tem, porém, nada explorável aqui desse lado. Provavelmente é pra ali pelo meio, né?
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Uma boa pergunta, né? Porque se esses bichos vieram de Wallowed, ou Wallowed, né? Como eu pronunciei certo. Pode ter sido coisa do maluco aí. E ele parece uma jogada meio... Tá manipulando cúbica, né? Que? Bravura. Alguns oponentes usarão a habilidade Bravura para revigorar aliados próximos, melhorando o desempenho deles. Bravery, né? Em combate. Procure o ícone tá. Eles se buffam. Vou dar com você aqui primeiro. Sabia que ia vir mais. Agora vou jogar aqui no meio. Vou jogar aqui no meio do coisa. O raiozinho. Adiós. Temos uma porta pra cá. Pra cá, não tem. Beleza. Vamos lá.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
Ultima. Pra cá não. Não, senhor. Gostou desse counter? Tome. Um raio. Vídeo. Puta merda. Não tô usando muito o bloco do Titan, né? Que isso? Toma. Não preciso muito. Agora você morre. Tchau. Ó, eu Torgal lá, agora que eu tô vendo que ele tá se transformando ali no meio do combate. Isso aí, pô. Boa, Torgalzeira. Torgalzeira tá brabo. Modo Fenrir. Imaginava que aqui não ia abrir nada, mas... tem que conferir, né, clã?
You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go?
Tá lá no coração. É.
He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Toggle.
Dádiva da Terra, Cataclismo. Cataclismo é a habilidade... aquela habilidade mais cabalosa, né? Não, não, não. É a em área. O que ela faz, então? Deixa eu ver. Aumenta o dano do Cataclismo em 8%. Ah, eu vou deixar aqui o do Laceração, porque como a gente falou, ele é meio fraquinho, ele precisa turbinar um pouquinho. Foda que é um aumento por porcentagem, né? Se ele é fraco, a porcentagem vai ser baixa. A porcentagem vai dar um resultado baixo, independente se ela for alta, né? Mas... pelo menos deixa ele um pouco mais relevante, eu acho. Que ele é mais pra dar stagger mesmo, mas... eu gostaria que ele fosse um cadinho mais forte. Quando tá, por exemplo, transformado com o Limit Break ali, eu prefiro dar o ataque normal do que usar ele. Eu acho que dá mais dano a sequência normal. Combada. E, aliás, tem essa aqui também que eu não uso direito. Deixa eu fazer um teste aqui. Se eu apertar rápido... não, tem que ser no tempo.
Just what I needed.
Um monte. Vamos fazer aquele combinho. Jogou ali no meio. raio. Pega o resto aqui. Sobrou um. Exagerei então. Pega vários, né? Um bufador ali. Sem querer. É, esse combinho aqui é legal. Mas tem que ser no tempo certo. O finalzinho ali, deixa eu ver. Ele não dá aquela estourada no final. Então eu faço esse combo aqui. Ou esse aqui. Entendeu? É um ou outro. Ó, construiu realmente uma... Encapsulou o negócio, né? Coração.
My everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
O Clive não tá vendo nada, não. E quer esse abraço aí, pô.
You got away from her. Benedicta!
Que isso?
I'll kill you, Roswell!
Oh shit, he's priming. Not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you.
É aquela cena, claro.
Let them burn without.
Come to me, Henry!
Tá, vamos chegar botando fogo em tudo, pô. Ai, é figura encapuzada. Não, esse aí é o Joshua. Quebra esse cristal aí de uma vez. Porra! Vamos. É, irmão, agora que a barra fica pesada. E aí você restaurou tua mão, né? O sumo sem poderes de regeneração. Tamanho dele, clã. Tem um trilho ali perto pra você ver o tamanho do Ifrit e o tamanho do Titan. Meu Deus. Bora. Quebrou metade. Voz sai daí! Deu. Vai! Bora! Atordoa! É hora do show! Pelo que a gente não tem habilidade aqui, né? Pra poder usar com o Ifrit. 629 mil PV. Nossa, tá jogando várias, safado. E agora?
Nice trick. But if you can do it, then so could I.
Você aprendeu enxofre? Eu aprendi uma habilidade do Titan, foi isso? Lançamento de pedra. Porra, pedra. Lançamento de uma ilha. Ó, claro que aprendeu enxofre. R2 e quadrado, porque a gente acabou de falar que podia ter habilidade, né? E a gente aprendeu aqui agora. R2 e quadrado, para provocar uma explosão violenta. Segure R2 quadrado para mais tempo, para aumentar a força e o raio da explosão. Aperte X a qualquer momento para cancelar sem ativar a explosão, ok. Enxofre 2. Ifrit fica invulnerável a dano enquanto carrega o enxofre, porém se for atacado a explosão será acionada automaticamente. Entendi, entendi.
Let's give this a try.
Voltou, né? Investida entre nós dois não vai dar pra mim, não. Toma! Toma aí. Vai dar, hein, clã. Mais um cadinho de nada. Deu. Caraca, a gente com a perna deu volta nele. Um suplex com a perna, irmão. Tá comendo o cristal. Pelos céus. Vambora. Eita porra, vambora. Cara, a música começou a ficar cantada, velho. Roda foi. Ai, ai, porra, bati de cantinho. Bora. Ai, ai, como é que eu ia desviar disso? Vamos. Ah, vai ser difícil chegar perto dele, mas estamos tentando. Tem várias caudas, mano. Titã Lost foi traduzido para Titã Demoníaco. Bora, tamo na cara dele, vamos lá. Deus do céu. Ah, eu achava que só ia pegar, ele dá um ataque também. Que merda. Ui! Porra, eu tava usando um ataque, não ia dar pra desviar. Isso! Ele vai lançar vários raiozinhos, né? Conseguimos pegar ainda. Tirando parte do cenário, mano. Quebrou. Em outra área agora. Desvia. Tome. Aqui. Quase que eu tomei. Ui! Quase, ainda não. Mais um pouquinho, clã, deu. Era o que lança a merdinha. volta. Putz. Tá acabando ali o stagger dele. Deu. Tranquilo. Próxima fase. Dá-lhe, toma. Nossa, jogamos contra ele mesmo. Não, perde esse bracinho de novo aí, Cúpica. Tava com saudade de não ter braço? Daqui a pouco a gente entra no espaço, mano. Nossa, vamos descer lá de cima pra atacar com eles isso aqui. Meu Deus do céu, vai ser foda demais. Ih, tá com uma mira aqui pra acertar esses pedacinhos de merda que ele vai atacando na gente, né? Nossa, a gente vai pegar uma velocidade absurda aqui. Ah, porra. O negócio... Deu tempo. Pô, é difícil acertar ali com carregado. Sai, 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 sai. Nossa. Com força, vai. Nossa, a gente encravou na cabeça dele. 2.700.000 de dano. Cara, o Titan tava dentro ali, mano. Não morreu ainda. Tô esperto. Ah, tomei. Ah, tava no finalzinho do coisa. Ah, meu usei antes a habilidade, mano. Puta merda. O que você vai fazer agora? Puta que pariu, você parou um pedaço de terra, mano, um pedaço de terreno. Caraca, o que aconteceu? Não sei. Mas eu desviei. Tá bem distante dali. Não vou estender muito o combo, não. Com finish. Pra gente conseguir pegar ele bem aqui. Do outro lado. Desviei. A bundinha dele, hein? Ah lá, bem na bundinha. Toma. Nossa. Isso. Mentira que vai sugar o éter. Irmão. A gente ganhou uma luva de pedra, amigo. Vamos, que agora a gente tá parecido com você, pelo menos no tamanho da mão. Vamos. Tem outra. Senhora. Foi linda essa. Ó. Porra, que luta absurdamente foda, irmão. Que isso? Caralho. Escalonou muito, velho. Foi muito foda. Mas se é assim agora, eu tô imaginando o Final Boss, velho. Como é que vai ser? Já estamos aqui, né, Ifrit? Vamos lá. Acabar com esse cristal. Gente, percebam que aquela montanha toda que envolvia o cristal foi dizimada. Isso aqui era uma região toda montanhosa, vocês se lembram? Essa musiquinha, puta merda. Ó o Hugo. Cara, eu fico com pena dele, mano. Ele é um vacilão do caralho, um cuzão do cacete. Mas ele era apaixonado. Que isso?
Is that you, Ultima?
Não era o Joshua?
What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Nem tremeu.
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Mano, essa plot tá muito misteriosa ainda.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
The death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Cara, Eles estão muito cientes do que estão acontecendo. Eles são os únicos que sabem que estão
Some
acontecendo.
medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
Tadinha.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmecs at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmecs suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Eita porra! Do nada!
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Príncipe pegando o servo, né?
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
Coitado do Dion, ele
Pardons, Your Highness.
parece gente fina, pô, mas...
What is it?
Pau mandado do pai. Fazer o que também?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this?
Ah, mas e o que aconteceu com o Imperador?
Father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah!
Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Conseguiu
Forgive the
chegar.
intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance Ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Uma conversa pra botar em dia aí, né? Certo. Então, enquanto isso, voltemos ao nosso esconderijo. Mano, cara, aquele bicho, ele me pegou de surpresa, velho. Não tava esperando. Ok. Uma nova esperança? Star Wars.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Vamos lá falar com o Otto. Uma nova carta? Temos uma cartinha então pra ler. Temos bastante coisa pra dar uma olhada aqui. Também tem um material pra levar ali pro Blackthorn. Será que a mídia também já fez algumas coisas lá com a oficina dela? Bastante coisa pra gente ver aqui. Mas primeiramente vamos lá falar com o Otto. Novas caças.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
E aí, tá melhor?
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Certo. Ô, Vivian.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident física suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Últimos dois cristais, hein?
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late,
the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of ash.
Foi mais a metade.
Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Quer fazer alguma coisa,
Indeed
né?
he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Certo. A gente tem que falar bem aqui agora, né? Falar bem das nossas conquistas. Deixa eu ver quais missões novas tem aqui, já que eu já tô aqui perto. Nossa, tem um monte. Cavaleiro das Lâminas? Tá. Tem algumas em Dhalmekia, né? Certo. Essas aqui todas são em Dhalmekia, na verdade. Menos essa aqui, o Rompedor de Mundos. Pô. Tá. Bom, depois eu vejo aqui, tem um monte em Dhalmekia, né? A gente filtra ali direitinho e manda ver. Vou falar ali com o Apócrates.
Clive, have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying.
Surgiram, velho, só pra ver o velho chorando.
Big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right.
Porra, não ter aula é incrível, né, mano?
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates, After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Beleza, Apócrifos falado. Infelizmente o velho não trouxe nada de novidade do último pra gente. A gente tem que falar agora com o Blackthorn e com a Charlotte, né? Charon.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kuka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kuka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
He cracked the crystal.
Vamos voltar pro Otto então.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
É legal que os diálogos aqui eles vão atualizando de acordo com o que a gente vai fazendo, né? Isso é legal.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Bom que a gente vê o que ela tá fazendo também, né? Onde que a oficina dela ficou? Aqui em cima mesmo. Eu ainda descobrir o que você vai prover pra gente, ô Mid.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Ooh.
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water,
Isso aí vai voar.
ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching.
Sabia.
The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
É o que eu ia falar, a gente não precisa. Dá o material pra ela e pronto. Certo, então deixa eu usar o Fast Travel aqui que vai chegar mais perto ali do Blackthorn. E aí, amigão?
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Tava ele. Porra, de novo.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Se liga aí, irmão. Dá um jeito aí de fazer isso funcionar, ó. Toma.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Beleza.
It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Gavinho vai vir com a gente, né?
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with.
Pô, dá 40 de renome essa missão. Vambora, vamos direto lá.
You going after the Stardust then, are you?
Vamos.
Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going with you?
Eu tenho que escolher? Cara, vai o Gavinho, né? O Gavinho acho que ele tem mais experiência com combate. do que o Otto.
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
É bom que ele manja bem de chegar nos lugares.
I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supply. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him dry.
In your own time.
Não, já vamos agora. Certo. Então, cara, nós temos algumas missões pra fazer de caça, né? Que... aqui, como é que é o nome mesmo? O albergue de Dalamil. Eu posso ver missões próximas. Aqui tem uma sidequest aqui, fermentando rumores. Beleza. Tem uma sidequest ali em cima também, no Império. Certo. Deixa eu ver. Vou dar uma lida aqui em quais missões de caça tem ali perto, que já mata tudo ao mesmo tempo, tá ligado? O meu é assim, otimizando o tempo. Passou ali, já faz tudo. Ó. Deserto de Velcroy, o casebre vazio, o gatil em Dalméquia, a mandíbula Dalméquia. Então a mandíbula é mais pra baixo, né? Esse aqui, ó, Colina da Morte. Pedregulho Negro, criatura cuja natureza é determinada, porém de tamanho, força e crueldade. Quem decide caçar e matar se receberá uma eterna gratidão. Mas também rompe uma maldição que sua vida em cada viagem pra Velcroy. Tá, mas ele não fala exatamente onde que é. Caravanas sendo destruídas. A gente só sabe disso. Tá no deserto. Bom, vamos lá. Vai que a gente esbarra, né? E já vamos pegar aqui a side quest.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be trying.
Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of
A gente
hands.
tem que ir atrás do aprendiz de padeiro agora.
The kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
Tá, eu vou olhar o aprendiz de padeiro.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
It would make a fine
Carpets have
Chegar aqui perto. Um pouquinho ali fora.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
Nem preciso de pegar o chocobo aqui. Pertinho. Colega Gav.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Ó, a gente aprendeu ali na quest do ferreiro que às vezes um material que parece meia boca pode funcionar.
We shall. Race ya.
So this is
Só
stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Tem mais aqui. Deve ter mais uma, né? Geralmente são 3. Ali. Foi? Mais? Tá bom. Um item ali, não é o da quest. Saímos inclusive da área da quest, mas deixa eu pegar ele aqui. Bem aqui no cantinho. Foi? Mais um? 5, né? Tá.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Olha, Gavinho.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
E que foi, mano? O que tá acontecendo, Gavinho? Fala aí.
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Tamo junto, meu querido. Fica tranquilo, é nóis.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Enquanto isso, eu vou dar uma olhada no aprendiz de padeiro e ver se eu esbarro com algum bicho.
Ready to go home, boy?
The most fragrant herbs and
Light, neat and dark. Fresh from the grill.
Embaixo, na mandíbula. Tinha um monstro na mandíbula também, então vale a pena a gente dar uma explorada ali na área. Mesmo que seja um pouco fora da side quest. Vamos lá. Ambrósia. Ambrósia é um nome muito bonito com o Chocobo, mano. Isso tem que ser dito. E a passagem pra cá agora tá aberta, tá vendo? Isso não tava ali. Os monstros aqui, né? Vou passar aqui. Se desmontar é porque é monstro de side quest, de caça. Nem cheguei a ver qual que era. Não era não. Opa! Calma, bros. Certo. Aqui, na verdade, a mandíbula é aqui embaixo, né? Aqui a gente vai indo pra foice, o campus de Corava. Certo. Então vamos seguir pra side quest aqui. Próximo, eu não consigo subir ele não? Não. Tá. Cadê o aprendiz de padeiro? Ele ali. Amigão.
Thanks, Gal.
Seguinte, volta lá pro seu serviço, cara. Para de ficar chorando aí por uma montanha.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must rue the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her.
Desculpa,
I had
cara.
to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Lembre dos bons momentos, foque no seu trabalho. Foque no seu trabalho é uma coisa muito... Se expresse.
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know... You might just be right.
Claro que eu tô, pô. Confia.
What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes.
Wait.
Tá, né?
Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Bom, já que já estamos aqui na mandíbula, antes de a gente voltar lá pra ver o que aconteceu com o cara, vamos dar uma olhada pra ver se a gente acha a caça aqui. Aí, ele ali. O mestre das armas. Cavaleiro das lâminas. Vamos lá então, meu querido.
My blade yet hungers, and so do I. Come.
Eu não consegui cancelar pra poder desviar.
Your feasting days are over.
Oh! Ui, que isso? Fez um truque que não funciona 2 vezes com o mesmo cavaleiro. Esse aí funciona. Puxa. Ah, pegou. Toma. Foi pouquíssimo dano que a gente deu nele aqui. Nossa senhora, de um ataque não deu flint nenhum nele. Vamos lá. Pode dar bobeira não. Cadê? Toma. Ah, agora você vai morrer. Ah, vou te matar. Toma. Puxa. Nossa senhora. Essa foi bonita, essa foi maneira a luta. Tô começando a conseguir engatar. É porque, tipo assim, o Titã, ele não comba muito bem com os outros... Esses ataques, pelo menos, que eu botei, né? Mas ele é bom, tipo, deixar ele no padrão. E aí, se eu quiser combar, eu troco do Ramu e da Garuda. Aí fica bom. Tô começando a me acostumar com esse layout novo que eu botei. Boa, garotão. Você conseguiu, muito bem, rapaz. Show de bola, então. Ah, foi até no início da mandíbula, né? Achei que ia ser mais pra baixo. Tava bem ali no meio da viagem.
The most fragrant herbs and spice.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Huh?
He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready.
O fermento do Draco.
Behold the Drake's balm. A
Parece
truly
gostoso.
unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals!
Será que não tá muito salgado não,
Master,
amigo?
I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
De nada, amigo. Show. Moeda de Goblin. Que até agora não trocamos, né? Bom, certo, meus amigos. Seguinte. Vamos voltar ali. Tem uma sidequest lá em cima, em Sunbreak, né? Eu esqueci dela, mas eu quero progredir um pouco com a quest da mídia.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You'll be sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
Tranquilo, Gavin. Você gostou do papo, né?
Start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Soltando vapor 1, que significa que vai ter mais. Tá.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
O que você pode fazer aí? Eu vi que você tá com um símbolozinho. Perguntar sobre o Hugo. Se algum homem já mereceu uma faca enferrujada nas tripas, era aquele babaca. Não que eu fosse deixar você andar com uma faca enferrujada. A morte dele não vai trazer de volta as pessoas que perdemos, mas vai aliviar alguns corações. Obrigado. Opa, essa espada aqui, melhor, hein? O melhorador. Cara, que nome esquisito. Aí está. Mais um. Equipamento aqui, nós temos aqui os braceletes do Mata Draco, já dá pra fazer. Um cadinho mais forte, né? Mas dá. Vamos lá. Vamos lá, melhorador. E dá pra você upar o melhorador, né? Dá. Pronto. Item verdinho, né? Item verdinho dá pra upar. E essa é a nossa espada nova, clã. Pouco pouco mais fina, né? A guarda dela é maneira. Um pouco encurvada. Certo, vamos lá na mídia então. A mídia é mais fácil vir por ali? É. Que estranha. Resmungando sem parar, mas será que isso não é fase normal, não?
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
Que sorte.
What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
A fulana.
What's her name? Right.
Cara, nem se importou em decorar o nome da menina, mano. Helena.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today.
Sure.
And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there.
Eu já entendi, a gente precisa desse material aí pra fazer o negócio.
Said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
Chá com a gente.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Filho, sai da minha frente, né? Tá, vamos lá na frente da ruína. Que fica... Você falou o nome do lugar, mas... Ah, é exatamente onde tem a side quest. Tá, e não tem nenhuma missão de caça ali em Sunbreak, pelo que eu vi. Então vamos direto pra lá. Senão eu ia até ver se tinha alguma coisa aqui. Filhota, sai da frente, cara. E a quest tá ali.
Good day to you, Sid.
The crystals we get from the town.
We are to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Vamos lá.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Right. Bastante gente pra conversar.
See what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding in the hands of some...
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
Tá bom. Aqui a gente já pode ir ali, depois a gente vai para aquele outro lá.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal?
Nem precisamos mais ver a última pista, né? Beleza, já é o caminho para nossa quest principal. Maravilha. Ambrósia, vem. Essa musiquinha do vale é muito bom. Muito boa, né?
You there?
Fuck! He's seen us.
Ainda bem que tu quase viu, porque eu não vi não. Vamos.
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Toma. Ah, tem um healer lá atrás.
they here? Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
Antes disso, o local ali da missão.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Straight home now.
A Helena não vai falar com a gente com um monte de bicho ali, né? Foi embora. Não, não. Vamos. Pode ir, pode ir. Show.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Acho que eu vou dar um jeito. Segura a onda aí.
Anybody home?
Tem um baúzão ali, hein? Ah, uma irmã.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Visitante indesejado. Droga! Cara, na hora que eu usei o ataque ele teleportou, mano. Que vacilação. Vai, estourou. Arregaçamos, arregaçamos. Pronto.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Tudo safe, Helena.
Thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
O Vapor 2 foi um pouquinho mais rápido, mas também a gente fez bastante detour, né, no outro. Ganhamos um acessório cinza. Aumenta a duração do tônico robusto em 10 segundos. Nossa, nunca usei tônicos. Não sinto a mínima necessidade. Deixar eles fazendo o trabalho deles agora. Vou voltar ali pro lugar da side quest e entregar ali, né?
Good day to you.
Olá, bom dia.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it.
Aí tu viu que não é meio assim, né?
In my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever.
Sim.
I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first.
Você quer minha ajuda, parça?
Friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
A gente arregaça ele pra você, pô.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Não, mudar de ideia não. Quero ajudar ele. Mas não tem side quest não, então ele vai se resolver sozinho. Treta. Treta tretosa. Vambora então. Vamos voltar ali pro esconderijo. E deve ter mais uma que a Mid vai mandar a gente fazer, né? Podia dar pra correr dentro de cidades, né? Não corre.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
I think Mid might need some help.
Qual é, Mid? Fala a última aí que a gente precisa fazer pra
Mid.
essa nave.
Has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and I just can't think what to do.
O sotaque dela é engraçado.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Tu não vai, não?
Right away.
Levanta essa bunda daí, pô. Vamos lá no Tomes. Fólio, né? Pô, aproveitar aqui, ó, eu queria falar, acho que a gente já tem renome suficiente pra ter pegado mais uma coisinha.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Fala sobre o Kupika com você.
Kuka.
Achei que a morte daquele desgraçado mudaria as coisas.
Close my eyes.
Eu ainda ouço a voz do Jara, ele sussurrando pra gente correr, chamando os soldados pra distrair eles. As palavras deles nos salvaram e jamais vou esquecer disso. É como ele disse, palavras são imortais. E as dele vivem em mim. Em mim, né? Vivem em mim. Mudaram minha vida e eu queria poder agradecer a ele desde então. Eu não sei as palavras certas. Queria que ele estivesse aqui pra me ensinar. Sim, conseguimos a vingança, mas não muda nada mesmo, né? Caraca, pegando isso aqui a gente vai ganhar 800 pontos de habilidade. Show de bola. Tá bom. Próximo é só meteorito, na moral. E 2 ainda por cima, só isso? Lixo. Esse aqui talvez seja interessante, mas Alto Clérigo acho que é de cura, também vou cagar. O 850 talvez tenha coisa interessante.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
Falando nisso, como é que a gente tá nossos pontos de habilidade? 3.000 e pouco. Dá pra gente dar uma brincada, hein? No final dessa nossa parte eu brinco aqui então com a gente.
Hippocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have.
Mas não é por causa do...
But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Eu achava que eles tinham feito com o material
Early
dos
Gregorian
caídos.
histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends.
Beleza.
The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Tinha até esquecido da Jill, velho, coitada. Tá ali, né?
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in
Olha
your
só.
capable hands, Clive.
Olha só. Um momento sozinho com a Jill pode render a momentos... Entendeu? Você me entendeu. Porém, pô, a gente quase não troca ideia com a...
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Justinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
Então, eu não sei com quem que eu levo, mano. Ah, vai ter que ser com a Jill mesmo, pô.
Have you made your decision?
É a Jill,
Who
pô.
will accompany you on your little excursion?
Desculpa, Tária. Mas acompanho o véi aí.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible.
É pra
I
mim.
would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Isso aí é pra mim, é pra eu
Though
comer.
these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
Vamos lá, então.
Until then.
Eu não pude deixar de passar uma oportunidade de ficar sós com a Jill, pô.
You two enjoy yourselves.
Vou, pode ter certeza. E desculpa, Tária, eu queria trocar mais ideia com ela. Ela parece uma personagem legal. Mas entre a Jill e a Tária... Se a Tária tivesse antes ali com o Gavinho e tudo mais, até...
Good luck in Northreach. Try not to get too distracted from the task at hand.
Entendi o que você quis dizer. Pode deixar. Só um pouquinho, só um pouquinho. Uma distraidinha de leve.
Where's Jill?
Cadê a menina? A alzeira tá ali. Saí da missão? Ali.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Tá.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pig. Fresh cuts. Come and get them before they're gone.
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Alho.
I trust it's all here.
How the hell is anyone... What do you want?
Castanha.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Pô, vou comprar do Arcócrates, hein? 30 gil.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
É. Tá bom. O jeito que ele vai fazer já é problema dele.
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Mas é claro. Claro que sim.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
Claro.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in.
Piqueniquezinho.
But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
Oh, what?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Ah, um fade. Um fade. Opa.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back.
Tá tarde,
I
acho
need to
que
give these
podia dormir.
ingredients to Harpocrates
Aqui.
and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Ai, ai, Clive. Dá muito mole, meu querido. Dá muito mole. Vamos lá. Finalizar Finalizamos essa construção aí da mídia, né?
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Thanks to Sid.
As palavras estão se espalhando da morte do Hugo.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Claro.
It appears our work here is almost at an end.
Sim.
A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Olá.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Vamos lá nela.
I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
E aí a gente pode mandar a braba? Ela falou de navio, mas pô, duvido não é que você vire uma airship, mano.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Mas só ler livros que não tem imagens.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, let's start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
E dali, trabalha, trabalha, trabalha. Algum tempo depois...
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's 1 down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Perfeito.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Certo, meia-dia aí.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Agora vai ter um momento sad. Tem uma nova missão de side quest? Lá na mid. E parece que vai finalmente liberar o negócio da oficina dela pra fazer alguma coisa interessante. Ah, tem as cartinhas também. A gente vai ver isso tudo na próxima parte, pode ser? Mas deixa eu dar uma olhada ali na mid. Se for alguma coisa pra liberar a oficina dela, irmão, vale a pena.
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Vai melhorar nossas poções, talvez. Nossa quantidade.
What exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
Bomba Rex, o Bomb King.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day.
Ah.
Would have gone myself, but
é você mesmo?
fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand.
Tá bom.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Certo. Já ganha 40 de renome ainda. E vai liberar alguma coisa pra gente. Eu tenho certeza que vai ser mais poção, mano. Tem que ir lá no negócio de caçada. E já pegamos um renome aqui, aquela merda de meteorito, né? Porra, lamentável esse bônus aqui.
Is everything we've received and everything promised. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Então, Mugo, é o seguinte, cara. Bomba Rex. Se quiser, tem um anúncio que pode ser do seu interesse. Aqui, o Bomba Rex é novo, hein? A Moringa, em Sambrek. Olha só, é o único que tava em Sambrek, né? O resto tava tudo em Dalméquia. Certo. Um rompe maldição ao caminho de uma perseguição imperial tomou o caminho errado e foi parar em uma floresta próxima, onde encontrou as ruínas de uma aeronave dos decaídos. Dentro, uma fera aparentava ser uma grande bola de fogo que perseguiu e fez sair correndo. A soldada posteriormente identificou a criatura em um almanaque dos ecos, mas insistiu que a bomba que ela viu tinha 10 vezes o tamanho de que estava sendo retratada. Ok. Então, uma floresta próxima com as ruínas dos decaídos. Vamos lá, a Moringa em Sambrek. Vamos só fazer mais essa, clã? Porque aqui não mostra todos os detalhes aqui, né, do negócio. Eu vou ter que vir aqui primeiro e abrir o mapa geral pra ver aonde que é essa Amoringa. Moringa, né? Ah, é um artigo. Isso aqui é o foda, mano, porque o quadro me deu informação onde que é Moringa. Isso aqui é o foda, essa informação fica meio picada, mano, porque tem informação que não tem aqui no mapa. Butista, deixa eu ver esses pontos que estão marcados aqui. Eu não sei onde é. Deixa eu voltar de novo lá, ver se tem mais alguma informaçãozinha que eu deixei passar. Eu realmente acho isso um ponto meio esquisito no jogo, as caçadas. Eles botam uma localização que não é nenhum ponto de fast travel, às vezes. E uma informação, às vezes, que não fica no mapa. A Moringa. Cara, que porra é essa, velho? Ele não fala em nenhum lugar. Fala que tem a floresta próxima onde encontrou ruínas de uma aeronave dos decaídos. Local, Amoringa. Que porra de local é esse, pô? Me deixa puto isso. Vou botar aquela perdida, sei lá. Eu vou ter que andar e foda-se a informação de onde é o lugar. Mano, não tem esse lugar não existe. Amoringa, esse lugar não existe. Uma passagem pra cá, mas tá fechada ali. Ridículo, ridículo. Isso é um ponto bem merda mesmo, na moral. Tipo, legal, eu acho bacana a gente procurar onde que é, mas se fala o local, que esse local exista no mapa. No mínimo. Pô.
Look at this place.
O local tem, porra, tem floresta pra caralho aqui. Agora onde que é? Sei lá, vou vir pra cá. Tem o resto das coisas aqui, ó. Mas não é. Não é aqui. Seguinte então, povo, vou pausar aqui a gravação, quando eu achar o lugar, a gente volta. Dessa vez eu tenho que pedir desculpa pro jogo. Tinha uma passagenzinha aqui que eu achei que o mapa tava fechado e não tava. Tem uma passagem pra cá e olha aqui, Amoringa. Desculpa, jogo, desculpa, você fez o seu trabalho. Eu que tava errado nessa equação. Vamos lá então, clã. Inclusive, tem ali o Salão Celeste, tem esse lugar que realmente eu não fui antes. Subindo aqui tem Amoringa. Deixa eu ver o que é aqui no Salão Celeste. O que é isso aqui?
I can walk from here.
Isso é um local abandonado? Tem baú. Certo, só um local abandonado com um baúzinho aqui. Vamos lá. Bomba Rex. Eu gostei da tradução Bomba Rex, achei engraçado. E tem uma coroazinha.
What we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Ah. Que isso? Ele não tem barra de stagger. Ele não fica stagger, Tom. Então, nesse caso, toma tudo aí. E ele se replicou. Nossa. Tô sem poção nenhuma. Caralho. Sai de mim. Acabou os remédios, hein? Morram todos. Ah. Vai, força, força a barra. Deu. Ele tá começando a arrancar muita vida nossa também, mas... achava que ia dar pra matar ele, sim. Brasa da bomba. Vamos ver o que a gente faz com isso aqui, hein? Final da vida.
Now to collect the ash. I should... This looks like the stuff.
Mais.
Let's see if there's any more.
Comprar umas poçãozinhas lá com a Sharon.
That should do it.
Vamos lá.
If it weren't...
Entregar aqui. Bom que a gente conseguiu fazer duas em uma, né? A gente conseguiu renome pela missão de caça e vai conseguir também pela sidequest aqui. Estão muito preocupados com a limpeza do negócio. Toma aí, irmão.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise.
Ninguém diz, não.
Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Se disser, a gente tira daqui, mano. Porra, ingratidão, não.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Show.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Então a gente, na última coisa, a gente aumentou a potência e agora a gente vai aumentar a quantidade.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your back. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Fechou, clã. Meu nomezinho. E ó, bolsa tratada. Necessário para aumentar a capacidade do inventário. Mas aumenta em quanto? Vamos ver. Poções. Só para 6, aumentou 2. Super poção, 1 só. E os tônicos também só 1. Tá bom pra caramba. Posso aumentar 2 poções. 3 no total, né? Tá ótimo. E clã, vamos ficando por aqui por essa parte. Espero que tenham curtido. Se sim, não esquece aquele crítico aí no like. Se inscreve no canal, segue a gente nas nossas redes sociais. Na próxima parte, então, a gente vai ver como é que vai ficar essa missão aí da mídia. E qualquer coisa também a gente dá pra gente rechear fazendo umas missões de caça, né? Falta algumas lá em Dalmácia pra gente dar uma conferida, beleza? Vai ficando por aqui, até a próxima parte. Até mais. Fui!